Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy! Welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles. Last time, we went around Frontier Village and Bionis Leg discovering the legend of the mythical Empress. This time, we're back once again in Frontier Village because we're gonna be starting a bit of globetrotting around here. We gotta invite a lot more people to Colony 6 so that we are able to do some more things around there, getting ourselves some great rewards in the process. We're gonna have to switch it to nighttime though in order to get this first NPC to come out. Why did I start the video in the evening when I knew that the first thing we'd be doing would be at nighttime? That opening view was too darn gorgeous to not have to cut to nighttime immediately at the start of the video. Back in Frontier Village at the reservoir over by DD Crush, we want to walk back towards the town a little bit to meet probably one of the coolest names other than Berry Jammy, Don Argentis. Did you hear the rumors about the wonderful Colony 6? People of any race are welcome. I'm thinking about moving there. You never know. They might need a Hyantia representative. Well, they already got plenty, but you know what? Hereupon is not excluding. We shall let you go to Colony 6. Leave all Colony 6 Hyantia matters to me. Haha, here I come, Colony 6. It takes care of that. Now, we have some others that we may invite. Next up, you have a decision. You may invite either N. Argentis over by the Ether Plant in Arid Sea, or Zell Argentis by the Sororal Statues in Zatoral Marsh. You can tell which one I'm gonna do, but your decision doesn't really matter much. You're just gonna end up having one good affinity link and one bad affinity link of equal level. Just a matter of whoever you really want to invite. Personally, I'm picking Zell for no reason other than the end route is the one that I have on file, and thus I'll be able to show it at the end of the video. Where the heck are you? Do you only appear in the daytime, perhaps? Indeed you do! You better appreciate me doing this! I had to give up the most gorgeous view in this half of Bionis for you. So, she wants to find her father and sister. She cannot get any news here at Zatoral Marsh. If only I were in a place with people from all over the world. Well, her father lives in Colony 6, so how about we invite her there? What? My father, Don Argentis, is living in that colony? Thank you, thank you! I am fed up of living alone. I'm heading straight there. In order to recruit her, not only do you need Don Argentis there already, but you also need to have talked to N. Argentis if you have not done that already as well. Because we've already done a side quest with N. Argentis back in Alchemoth when it was still standing, I didn't need to go talk to her, but if you do, like I said, she is in the Ether Plant. Next one to invite is over by Gem Man Stalin, Colony 9 at nighttime. Of course, I go here at nighttime to recruit someone, but not Zatoral Marsh. Want to talk to? Oh, Lexi! Sounds like Alexei, but like, more... I don't know. I'm thinking about moving out of here, you see. Do you reckon Colony 6 sounds like my kind of place? From what I hear, I could really make something of myself there. I heard they built a watchtower. I'd love to volunteer towards helping with the reconstruction. What do you think? Well, because I get precious completion percentages for saying yes, you bet I'm gonna say yes. Haha, yes! Goodbye, Colony 9! It's off to greener pastures for me, the new frontier! I'm not gonna hang around a second longer, see there? Well, a lot of Colony 6 is farmland, some more like yellower pastures, but, oh well, I think you'll enjoy it nonetheless. Oh, wow! We got a trigger for a surprise quest right here. Enemies are attacking the Ether Planters once again. What is it now? We have Defend Colony 6 Demon... Oh, okay, well, I didn't think I was gonna get this early. I thought it would be at least a few more videos before I got it. That is a rather awkward side quest to be getting right about now. Demon King Dragonia attacking the Ether Planners is over in the Hope Farm. Very optimistic name for there to be an enemy with that kind of name in it. But the reason why this is so awkward is... You're thinking, we just gotta defeat some monster, right? You know, no big deal. Shouldn't really be all that bad. Guess again. If it'll spawn in. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yep. It's a dragon. Only the second one we have ever seen, and it is level 99. Well, even though that thing has got fire in its mouth and it could breathe that to burn down the whole dang colony any moment now, we are in no shape to be fighting that thing whatsoever. I mean, I know that we technically could take it on if we had the right equipment, but I don't. So let's go back into the colony and do what I was intended to do in the first place. In this rather melancholy rain overlooking Junks, after you have done all that, Zell Argentis will be here in the colony and have a quest for you. Oh, you were just in time. I'm in a spot of a bother. That is about the most English thing I've heard all day. Ricky wants Charlotte to ask reason. They no tell, little Ricky. That's not the hereupon I know. Come now, Ricky. We'll listen together. I like how he just turns away for that. I'm about to go out with Lek. I mean, friends. Could you please keep Father occupied while I do? He does worry so much when I leave him alone at night. My father never changes. That's why I need you to keep him busy. He needs a distraction. What kind of daughter would make her father worry at night? Surely you must have had a similar experience. This is the most important period in my life. I guess girls will be girls. Family secrets. We need to have a have a chat with Don Argentis. I almost said have a chat with Dan Argentis. Dan Argentis, his awkward redneck cousin, yes. So we will get all this done. And, yeah, we just kind of have to keep Don Argentis busy while she, does girl things. Now, the part I don't understand at all is that we were supposed to keep him busy at nighttime, yet he's only out during the day, so I guess we'll do the next best thing and just distract him during the day. I hear you and have some business today, no? My daughter has requested you keep me company in her absence. Am I right? We can say yes. Yes, I thought I was right. Zell is a kind soul. Whenever she is with friends, she has someone to come talk to me. Yes? You wish to discuss something else? How about we talk of my daughter? I can assure you I shan't be lonely, even if you were not here. Stay and chat. Well, I often count and then pluck blades of grass in my garden. She usually gets back after I have plucked about 10,000 blades. Wow, that sounds very lonely. But I wish she would not miss her curfew. That's when I have to count even more blades than usual. What is it? You still want to chat? I often stew over what I am doing. Why am I talking like this? I sound like Sean Connery or something like that. So, she was your daughter, oh boy, I don't know what I want to say here. I know that there is actually a right answer and a wrong answer. Let's be reasonable and softly explain the problem. I share your opinion. I often get angry at her actions, but I forgive her nevertheless. She is my little girl and she always will be. As long as she returns home safely to me, I am a happy father. What now? Oh, you want to hear more of Zell? She will be home soon. This will have to be our last little chat. Let me see, yes. I am troubled over Zell's choice in men, her fiancé to be precise. It is ultimately her choice, but I fail to see what she sees in him. He is poor and weak-minded. What do you think? They must show commitment. Perhaps you are right. If they are committed, adversity is but an after that. Sorry, I was misreading that. They may or may not live a life of poverty, but they will be happy. And that is the end of our interesting little chat. You have helped me to consider many things I would not have. Find Zell later, and she will give you your payment. Well, paying us to go hang out with your dad. That sounds like a really, really nice family tie. How's things? Well, we, did what you wanted. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, listening to that old man talk about counting blades of grass. I could see why you'd kind of want to run out on him. Nah, I'm kidding. Nah, it's interesting. So, wait, you found out about me and my sweet Lexi. Now you just sound like you're dating a woman named Lexi. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I just mean it's kind of a bad nickname for him. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't really approve of having that kind of a nickname. Then again, this is coming from a guy who gets called Emily at every restaurant he goes to, so maybe I'm not the one to talk. We get our reward, which is a Rondine cap and Rondine gloves. You can buy these in the colony if you have level 5 commerce, as I've shown before, but well. You can still get them here nonetheless, and you do get quite a bit of money for it. After completing that, Alexi will come over with Zell Argentis, and they'll be just kind of staring into each other's eyes while breathing deeply. Alexi, you like to move fast in your relationships. You've been living in Colony 6 for almost 5 minutes, and you're already engaged. Damn, you don't waste any time. No wonder you wanted to get out of Colony 9. Did Zell tell you about us? That's the problem, you see. She's been telling people about us, now her dad knows. How worrying. Let's sort this out. It'll only be a little bit of a detour for us. You're on, Ryan. I couldn't have just left this. You should see him. He's absolutely fuming with rage. He kept saying he'd never approve no matter what. I did my best to bring him around, but it was no use. He wants 5 scratch jewels and 2 lucky Chilkin rings, so he wants you to pay him to make you accept him as her boyfriend. But that's impossible, and he knows it. Things aren't looking good for me and Zell. I'm begging you, please help us. Are you sure you've thought this through, Alexi? I mean, he did ask you to get those things for him. Maybe you should think this over some more. No, I've thought long and hard and did consider finding them myself, but I know I can't do it. I'm asking you out of desperation. This is the only way I know that won't end in us breaking up. Well, if you're sure. Betrothal test! There are multiple quest objectives. We need to check the quest log, so we need to get both of those sets of items that he was asking for. Now, alternatively, if you invited Don Argentis to Colony 6, she'd be the one dating Lexi, and this would be completely different. You do have roughly the same quest objectives, though, so the quest names do not appear any different in your quest log, though, but it is a difference nonetheless, and it seems like we do not have any of these items, so I need to go get them. I like this deal. I'm asking her for a jewel, and I am able to get said jewel by simply giving her mucus. I gotta come to Bionis next time I have a cold. Got everything you asked for. Rush him over to Zell's dad. You wait here. Zell will want to thank you personally. Something tells me this isn't gonna go as planned and he was just kind of pulling his leg. Let's see if that is actually the case. It didn't work. He admitted that I'd managed to bring him what he asked, but then he started going on about how I'm no good for Zell. There's nothing I can do. He's his daughter's father. Looks like I just have to take whatever he throws at me. Sorry I made you go through all that work for nothing. It's okay, we're used to it. That's kind of what a lot of side quests amount to before the final one in the line. Well, we completed that at the very least. We still get our reward all the same, so I guess it didn't quite amount to nothing. We didn't really do it for nothing. I'm just repeating myself now. With that done, we go back to the bench to talk to Don. Well, what do you want us to know? I cannot find my dear daughter. Do you know where she could be? Zell, we should be there soon. Then we can get on with our lives in peace. It's not been easy to find. Are you sure we will be okay there? It won't be easy to begin with, but we'll be on our feet in no time, as long as we stick together. Stopping the elopement! We need to search the Satoral Marsh area to see where they have gone. I wish I had never gone against her decision in the first place. Then I would not be worrying about where she is now. Well, sounds like he's starting to have regrets. Maybe he will be accepting of this couple yet. So, where exactly in Satoral Marsh do we need to go? Well, it's actually set at the bottom of the screen for some time now. That's kind of the downside of recording these live, is that every now and again I do forget about how the video is going to look after it's been edited. Yeah, we need to go to the Nopon Refuge over by the glowing obelisk. Hope your life in a former drug-dealing haven is a good one. Well, before we go talking to Zell, while they are here, they will trade different items than they trade in Colony 6. This is particularly interesting for Alexi, because he will give us, if we overtrade him... No, 5,400 wasn't enough. How's it going? If you overtrade him... Wow, 6,000 wasn't enough. If you overtrade him... Wow, even 7,000 wasn't enough. If you overtrade him, he will give you an item that will be... What? If you overtrade him, he will... If you overtrade him, he will give you an item that'll be very important for later. The thick Rana hide. You want 3 of these if you can afford to overtrade with him 3 times during this quest. You know how afraid of Ranas I am, so any sort of trade that keeps me from having to fight them, I am very cool with. Now we can talk to you. I have been waiting for you. For me? You appear to be the one who best understands my feelings. I thought that a change of scenery would change my life. Well, they always say a change of scenery is always nice, but it looks like such a thing is not so easy to achieve. That's because you're living in a Nopon's camp inside of a swamp. I used to live at the camp, so I know how it feels. It's certainly not nice living in a cave. That it is not. Bathing is a far cry from what I am used to, and food is scarce. The ground is so hard I cannot sleep properly. But you've got a home you can go back to if you want. Wouldn't it be better to go back? You are right. I do want to be in the colony, live in that house, and see my family. Do you think you could persuade Alexi to take us back? I just don't have the willpower to ask him to change his mind. Well, we are used to being the ones to talk to everyone for everyone else, so I'd say we're pretty experienced in the field. Let's talk to him. Hello there, Alexi, wasn't it? How's everything going here? Not too bad. It's not as convenient as a colony, but we're adapting just fine. You mean you are coping, but what about her? You mean Zell? She looks like she's settled in, but it's early days still. Give her time and she'll be fine, just like me. How long are you guys gonna live here for? Forever. Is that what you really want? Have you thought about children? This isn't the place to raise them. And you will be getting lonely without anyone to talk to. Look at her. Zell looks far from being happy, Alexi. Well, there's some truth in that. Have you thought about going back to Colony 6? You wouldn't have to worry about having children with Zell. You could raise a family and live happily together. I know. But there's one problem. Zell's pig-headed dad. You love Zell, don't you? Of course I love her, more than anything in the world. And how about her father? Stubborn as he is, do you think he loves her too? He loves her. A father that dotes that much on a daughter must love her. Have you asked Zell how she feels about her father? I don't imagine for a minute that she hates him either. But you're forcing her to put you before her own father. You're ignoring both her and her father's feelings in all this. I know, but look into Zell's eyes and you'll know what her heart is saying. All I can see is a sad and tormented young woman. You're right. We'll go back. We'll go back to Colony 6. That's good to hear. I know it wasn't my place to say any of that, but it needed to be said. No, I'm glad you said it. You spoke like you feel the same towards your family and friends. You must cherish them a lot. I'm glad you came here. Otherwise, I'd still be blind to her feelings. Now you're starting to make me blush. Anyone would have done the same. Well, they tried living a life in a swamp together and they didn't even last 5 minutes. They're going back to Colony 6 and seeing everyone once again. For completing such a task, or not completing it, we have to go back to the colony and talk to them. Hey there, Donnie, let's see your aptitude. You have gotten your daughter back. We persuaded her. You are grateful to us. Sounds like everything is back to normal once again. Let's see exactly what this gets us, though. We are considering whether the three of us should live together. It will be difficult for me to adjust, but with time I will find a way. I don't really have a choice. You'll be fine. Don't be too hard on them now, will you? I won't make that mistake. Compared to the pain I would put my daughter through, it is nothing. And now my daughter and her man will be happy together. That is what is most important. You are not wrong. It was a miracle that the two so very different people found each other. Some might even call it fate. And now they can be happy. And I wish you all the happiness in the world as well. Love and affection overcome all. They're infectious, traveling from person to person. We get a satellite shot for Charla. Try saying that 5 times fast. Actually, it doesn't really sound all that hard. Some good money, some good experience, but that is not all we get. Charla's affection skill branch has been unlocked. How about we take a look at that right off the bat? I want to see what new skills she can learn, because if I am not mistaken, yeah, she has maxed out all the skill branches we already had, so she's been wasting SP for a while. Let's give this. This will improve her max HP by 2% when you have it equipped. The skills that she will learn from having it on are Vote of Confidence, improves healing arts after being warned of a vision by 25%. Can be useful in tight situations. Bedside Manner, healing arts restore more HP, a 10% increase. Hearty Cry, heals the party slightly after successful burst affinity. 10% of max HP, really not bad considering how often those come up. Shield of Kindness, grants Ether Protect buff with battle start affinity. That gives 25% for 30 seconds. And the final skill she will be able to learn, Miracle of Love, heals remaining party members when incapacitated by 20%. So if Charla is to die in battle, everyone else will get healed 20% of their max HP. That's not bad. I gotta say, really interesting skills. We're definitely equipping this skill tree right away. Or skill branch, there I go on the skill tree versus skill branch thing. With those skills in Charla's arsenal, are we done yet? Actually, we are not. We want to switch the clock over to 1700 hours, and we want to talk to Alexi once more. We could have technically done this at any point in this video. I just felt like it was fitting that we saved it for the end here. Because, should we trade with him now that we have 3-star affinity with Colony 6, he will give us a rather interesting item indeed, the Golden Cog. I think I'm just going to be cheap and trade him whatever the cheapest item I can give him for it is. Hope to see you again. Shining Impracticality is an achievement we get just simply for obtaining that item. And you know what that means? If it's an unusual collectible, and we got an achievement for obtaining it, that means it slots right into the other page of the Collectopedia. We get an Experience Up 5 gem. I believe we already have one of these, but hey, we could always use another one. And we've completed the parts category. We only have one more collectible left to obtain in the entire Collectopedia. Feels really accomplishing to know that, but at the same time, feels very painful because it'll be a good few videos before we can even obtain it. Those of you that have completed it before know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, we even saw a little foreshadowing for how it is obtained in this very video. But we are all done here. Next time on Xenoblade Chronicles, we're gonna be helping out, you guessed it, even more residents of Colony 6, and getting even closer to that coveted 100% completion. Actually, I already call it coveted. We'll call it much sought after 100% completion. See you guys then.
Me.
Good day.
day.